Hi, this is James Maduk speaking from teachonline.io, and we're going to be doing a quick session today going over how to leverage your YouTube content. Now, I've got a complete system in place for marketing your online campus, your online courses, leveraging YouTube, not replacing your courses with YouTube content, but using what you create for YouTube, whether it be live sessions or long form or short form recordings that you put up, using it to market your business. And we're going to go through the next steps that you can take once you have created a video for YouTube. So we're leveraging content we've already created to help market our learning campus, our training site, our existing courses. I got my content here. It's finished. It's recorded. I had an hour and 23 minutes. I've just on a screen here. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to download the content, and then I'm going to clean it up and transcribe it, and I'm going to get the closed captioning for it and the transcription and the audio from it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the content that I've got in that cleaned up video. I'm going to post it as a blog post on my learning site, my training site, and a podcast on my training site. Then I'm going to have the social media tool that I use automatically publish the fact that I've got all of this brand new content on my site. So it's going to post to Facebook groups, Facebook pages, LinkedIn, all across the gamut of all the social media platforms that I'm publishing on. It'll be podcasts, so it's going to go to on my podcast, and it'll be on iTunes and Google Play and Spotify, all the different places where my podcasts go. And then what's going to happen, so post to social media, I'm going to have it automatically be sent out to my existing customers, bringing them back to the website, not YouTube, but to the website to get involved in my business. And I'm also going to repurpose this hour and 23 minute long video so that I can create short form content for it to be used on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok. So got a lot to get into here. I'm going to go as quickly as possible, go through it again. If you haven't already had a chance to sign up for teachonline.io. You can certainly go register there for free. This video will probably be up on YouTube, but it will be on teachonline.io. If you are watching it on YouTube, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for some additional content to be put up on YouTube and to help the channel. So let's get into this. The next tool we're going to use is called Descript, and what this tool does is going to allow us to clean up the video that we've created, create a transcription of it, create subtitles or closed captioning for it, separate the audio for it, and it's going to give us all the pieces that we need to convert that single YouTube video that we've made into content pieces that we can use to market our business. So if you haven't done this already, make sure that you download your YouTube video directly from YouTube or a local copy that is finished editing. But what you want to do is make sure that if it's a live one, you've got a final copy. If it's a produced or edited video, that you have the final copy of that, because we're going to want the transcription and be able to have a clean transcription and clean captions to use in the other parts of this marketing system or content marketing system. And if you don't know how to download an existing video, if you log into the YouTube Content Studio, up on the right-hand side, you'll see the option of download, for example, right here. So the ellipses, the little ellipses, left mouse click, and you're going to get the download. So you're going to download the file, the video file, an MP4 file directly from YouTube, and then we're going to go into Descript. Now, Descript is available directly on a website. It does have both the Windows app and a Mac app that you can install locally. I'm just using the one I've logged into, descript.com. I've logged into my account here and listed some projects. And the part that I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create a new project because I need to organize things and make sure it's for the right video. But if I click it, let's see if it comes up. It's going to give me the option to either retrieve or create a new project. And in my case, I'm going to give it a name. In this one, it's the name of the video that I happen to be creating right now. And it, what is chat? This is a one that I did yesterday. So I'm actually have part of the process that we're using. So what is ChatGTP? and can I use it to create online courses. So this is for me internally, so I know what the video is that it pertains to. I want to make sure that I keep it up to date properly. So I've got a title here. I can put some information here, but what I want to do is I want to choose a file to transcribe. So we've downloaded the video. I'm going to pick the file. There's the MP4 file, and I'm going to click open. And what's happening now is in the background, ChatGPT is uploading the video, and I can put the speaker's name in here, which is me. There, asking me what language. It takes a couple minutes, and I'm just going to click, yep, that's it, done. So in the background, what it's doing is it's doing the transcription. And the neat thing about Descript, if you're not familiar with it, is it brings up a video. It strips out all of the text from the audio that's there, and it allows you to edit the text and make changes in the text, then have those changes show up as video edit. So it really removes one of the big hassles of getting videos up that you've actually done and getting the transcriptions for it. And it's also going to provide some additional information for us in the terms of the transcription, which we're going to use, but also closed captioning, especially if you're doing live videos or capturing live streams on YouTube. There's no closed captioning with it by default during the live stream. And you have to generate that closed captioning after the fact. And if you want to use the text or the audio converted to text, you've got to maybe use another tool or another paid service just to do the transcription of it. So this is something that happens for us in the background. And it takes a couple minutes, of course, deciding or depending on the size of file that you're using. This one is quite large, so it's going to take a little bit to put it together. Okay, it's done. Let's take a look and see what it's come up with. So you can take a look on the screen here. You'll see all this text is here. That text was taken as a direct transcription from the video that I have uploaded. And there's a couple neat things we can do here to kind of clean up the video. Since it was a live video, one of the things that happened is there's filler words, and these are words like so, some of the things that you have as language patterns that maybe don't fit that well, or that you don't want to have showing up in a transcription, or in fact have it in the audio that you've done as a live session. In my case, I say and quite a bit, and I want to get rid of them. So I'm going to use Descript here, and it's automatically going to remove them from the text. And when it removes them from the text, it's actually going to remove those little cuts of words that I'm stumbling on. It's going to remove it from the video and bring them together. So clean it up. And there is a menu choice for here to use it. There's also this little star, northern star here. Shorten word gaps, remove filler words, and more. I'm going to do a left mouse click on that up at the top. And I can remove filler words. And I'm going to pick it. And just to give you an idea, I've got 182 ums and ahs in here. And the Pro version shows some additional ones, like those ones. If you want to upgrade your copy of Descript, you'd be able to pick those ones out. These are the kind of basic filler words, are the first ones. But I've got 182. I don't want them there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the media. I could decide to correct it by putting a replacement word in, but in my case, I'm just going to remove it completely. I'm going to click Apply to All. And in the background, it's removing all of it from the text and also making the edits in the video. Now, the other thing is, while it's doing that, you have to remember that this text that we see on the left-hand side here, this is also going to be the direct transcription and the closed captioning or subtitles that we're going to have on the video. So you can actually make spelling changes here. And as long as you're not removing words in the left-hand side, you won't be editing parts of the video. We've got a transcription. It's clean now. We've done our work. We're happy with it. What's next? Well, here's some more magic. In Descript, we have the ability to, if you look in the upper right-hand side, you'll see the Publish button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click Publish, but there's an option here that I want you to pay attention to. Normally you might think, oh great, I'm going to publish my edited video. We don't want to do that. It's already up on YouTube. What I want to do is I'm going to click publish, left mouse click on publish, and at the top here you'll see the opportunity to export instead of publish. So I'm going to click export, and it's going to say, what do I want to export? By default it's video, but there's a little drop down here with a left mouse click. It's going to expose audio, GIF, timeline, transcript, or subtitles. So what I want is, first of all, I want the transcript. So I'm going to click transcript, and I have the option of including, for example, the names. Remember I added my name in as the speaker. I could put that in so that the transcript includes what speaker, who's speaking, time codes, that sorts of stuff. I'm going to export it. So I'm just going to click export, and I'm going to put it in the folder that I have specifically set up for this project. So I'm going to save it. So I now have the entire transcript there. Second thing I want to do is I'm going to export, in this case, I'm going to export the subtitles. So remember in YouTube, we have the ability to have captioning with our video after the fact. This is the file that we can upload or use on YouTube to add captioning. And we can make edits to it directly before it goes to YouTube if we want, so that we know what the captions are. And in this case, you can see it's a subrip titles. It's .srt file, which I haven't seen before until I started using this, but it is the correct one. I don't want to show the speakers. Maximum characters is set to 42. You can adjust that. And that's how many characters are across the captioning. And the number of lines per captioning is the second one. I'm happy with these default ones, so I'm going to click export. And I now get an SRT file in my folder that I'm going to be able to use again shortly. So I got the text file, I got the SRT file. The other thing I want is I want an audio file. And we're going to use that in the podcast later. So export, in this case, I'm going to pick audio, and I'm going to export the audio, and I'm going to put that in the exact same folder. So what Descript's done is it's cleaned up the content for me, removed all the filler words, created a transcription for me, created closed captionings for me, and then I've got the audio from it. So I have my YouTube video, and I've now got a whole bunch of additional materials that I can use as we use this content marketing system. So that's all there. What do we do with it next? We've got the clean content. We need some graphics for it, right? Now we need the graphics for a thumbnail on YouTube if we haven't already created one, but we're also going to be able to use that thumbnail as our featured image in our blog post. And if it happens to be a LearnDash course, we can use it as the featured image there. And also we'll need a featured image for our podcast. So where do we find that stuff? I'm just going to go back to my screen here that I opened up before. And we use two tools. One is Canva, which is probably the well-known graphics design tool that most people have. There's a free version and a paid version. The paid version, of course, has some additional elements that you can use. The other one that we use is called Snappa, which I actually find a little bit easier to use. Does the same thing where we can create great YouTube thumbnails and put those together really nicely. So I've got this set up previously, so I'm just going to open the screen and you can see some of them that we've put together and used before. You want to make sure that you have the correct sizes, and I think it's 1280 by 720 is the default size for YouTube. For WordPress, the theme that we're using, Buddy Boss, uses the same size. And for podcasts, they're 3000 by 3000 or square image. So create your images and make sure that you have them ready to use in the rest of your marketing. So here's one, for example. You can see I've got a square one here, and then I've got the regular one. So this is technically for an Instagram post, but it's the same size that's used for podcasts. And here's the one, the 1280 by 720, which is used for YouTube. So you're going to want to make sure that you download those, that you have copies of them, and they're the ones that you want to be using in the rest of your work. So I got my thumbnails, I got my text, I got my video. We got to make some posts on our website. So let's go and do that. I'm going to go, and I'm already logged into one of the sites. Hopefully I'm logged in. We'll find out in a minute. Still logged in. I'm going to go, and in this case, you have the choice. In LearnDash, one of the things that's interesting now is that there are some settings that allow you to take one video and turn that video into a standalone course in LearnDash. And what that means is that you can do quizzes, for example, or you can have that course as part of a curriculum or a learning track. So if it's a video that you want to have as a standalone course, if there's a lot of content there, you can add it as a course on your learning site, your training site, your campus, or you can just use it as a regular blog post and add the text, the video, everything that you would do in a blog post normally. And remember, if you do it as a course, it's still possible to do it as an open course or a free course that you're giving away, or you can charge for it if you decide to do that. And if it's a blog post, it's just a regular blog post where you can make that available and open. One of the things just to remember is if you do have videos that are standalone videos that are search engine friendly or ones that you want to optimize, standard blog post that's open to the Google servers for indexing, that's something you can use to increase your rankings as people are looking for it, because those transcriptions, you have a longer video, you've got a lot of text that's available for the search engines to consume and index, and you can have the opportunity to optimize that for higher ranking. So what am I going to do here? Let's make a brand new post. So I'm just going to go to, I'm logged in as WordPress here. I'm just going to go add new for a post. And I got a couple things to do. First one is I got to give it the title that I want. So we're actually going to use a title. What is ChatGPT? Should I use it to create courses? And I'm going to go and I've got all of my stuff here, right? So this one, I can manually add text if I want to, or remember I have a full transcription, right? So what I can do here is I can go back into my folder where I have everything organized. In this case, I copied it all and I'm going to put it in. And there is the text for a blog post. Now, the thing you have to remember is that when I downloaded this from Descript, I included the timestamps. I didn't have to. So I have it here just because in this case, I can figure out what are the pieces I want to keep or not keep, because this one was long. It was 30 some minutes that we did. Some of it I may not want to keep. Some of it I do want to keep. I can keep the timestamps in, whatever you want, but you can actually make edits here on this. You don't have to keep it the way that it is. Now, the other thing is we want to make sure that we have the video as part of this blog post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to YouTube. We'll go back to the video here, and I'm just going to grab my video link. So I'm going to copy the video link, and I'm going to go in here, and I can either put it at the top, but normally what I do is I put it down a little bit. I'm just going to post it, and I now have the transcription and the video is now available on this blog post. The other thing that I can do is I can make sure that I have a standard featured image. I can put it into categories, tags, all of the regular stuff with WordPress. I'm going to pick a featured image. And in this case, we'll just see what we have there's one, what can ChatGPT do for me, that I'd done previously. So I'm going to select it. So I now have a blog post. I now have a transcription, lots of text. I can go and do my rank math and make sure that it's optimized for SEO, but I've got all of this great content. It's now on my website. So let's go and publish this and see what happens. I'm going to publish it and we're good to go. So I got this cleaned up content. I've got now something on my website. What happens from here? Let's take a look at it first so that we can view the post. And just remember, I'm doing this as a big long one. You can do it however you want. The fact is that we have the YouTube video now on our website. So if people find it on YouTube, that's fine. But if I'm using it to market or get people to my site from social media, for example, or email marketing, I'm bringing them back to my site. I'm not sending them to YouTube now. Same contents here, but I'm bringing people back in to my campus, to my school. So there it is. I got a featured image that's there, the video's there, and I've got all of this great text that's available to me ton of it there, optimized. And again, you can do whatever you want with WordPress to dress that up the way that you want or don't want. What happens from here? Okay, well, that's great. I got the thumbnails, I got the post. What about the podcast? So I have the text here. I have, in this particular version of WordPress, I have a podcast as well, and it's normally here in podcasts. And think of it as a traditional audio podcast, not a video podcast. These ones are published to iTunes and Amazon and Spotify and Google. So it distributes that audio version of the message out to a whole bunch of places that may not find out about my site. But in this case, remember I downloaded the audio from Descript. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go and I'm going to click New, and I can do it from the admin menu. I think I can do it here if I'll do New Podcast. And I'll include the links before and below for the title that we use. I'm just going to put again, it doesn't have to be the same title. You can do whatever you want here. I'm just doing this as an example. And look what I've got here. Episode type, audio. And it's looking for the file. And that's exactly what I have. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to take a look at when it was added. It was, what is ChatGPT? What should I use? And I've got an audio file. So let's go and open that up. And again, you can edit that if you wanted to put a tip and a tail, something along the lines there. We use a service called Castos, which costs a couple bucks a month, and that does the distributing for us. So we don't have to do it. And again, this is directly tied into WordPress. I don't have to visit that site. I just upload it as a podcast, just like a blog on my WordPress site. It automatically gets sent out and distributed. So it's uploading it all. I can make some edits here. This is where I can do an image or an image specific for the podcasting. So square, 300 by 300 is minimum. You can see that the duration, the file size, all of that stuff was automatically done in. When it was recorded, I can do some additional settings. I'm going to upload the image that I had. I'm going to select it. And again, remember to optimize for search your images in terms of the alt text and making sure the naming conventions are in pretty good shape. So I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to select it. There we go. So I now have an image with my podcast. Got all this information here. And the cool thing is with this one is if I wanted to, what can I do here? I have the text. I have the text that I can use to put portions of it up, explain what it is, who I was talking to if I was interviewing anyone, but I can put text in here and I have a lot of it from the transcription from the video. And you can also include a featured image like WordPress, which is the one that we have. So I can use the same one that we had in the media library, which was ChatGPT. What can we do with it? I'm going to save that one. So it's podcast with a featured image and the image for the podcast. It's all set to go. And I'm going to, in this case, I'll publish it anyway and change it right after. So I'm going to click publish, optimize for search if you're making it available. And I now have view episode. And let's take a look at what happens. I have a podcast. This is automatically going to iTunes, all of those other places. You can see I have my audio that plays in the background. I can have it so people subscribe to it. And if they're on iTunes and they subscribe to it, they get the latest version to them. And I can click and it starts to play. So I got a blog post and a podcast out of a video on YouTube. And you're going, man, that's great. What's next? Well, here's the next part. I'm busy. I don't want to have to go to Instagram, and then I have to go to Facebook, and then I have to go to Twitter, and then I have to go to LinkedIn, and then I have to go to so on, and TikTok to go and post stuff. I don't have time for that. So we use a tool. Again, there's a lot of them available. We use one that we white label and that we use with our clients. I'll just open this one up here and see if we're logged in. And I'm going to show you something interesting here Because I have automation recipes for this service, which automatically, whenever I post something on my website, it will automatically post that to all of the social media accounts that I have. So I don't have to log in and do this. This is actually doing it on my behalf for me. All I did was post something on my blog. That's all that I had to do. It takes care of the rest. And in this example, one of the automations, it's RSS feed to social media. So I'm just going to show you how that works. And in this case, it says, I have this one set up that every time I have a new course added or a new blog post, what it does is it will automatically publish the text that I have in the post plus the featured image and the links to a number of my social media accounts. Now, the great thing is if I go to my social media accounts, it's going to have a shortened link with the featured image, but that shortened link is going to bring them back to the blog post that I put up. So it's not going to send them to YouTube, it's bringing them back to my site, my courses, my campus. And here's the one right here. What can GTP do to me? Oh, that's the audio. Pardon me. And I didn't put any text in. So here's the original one with the text. If someone clicks on something in social media, it's going to come here. So I now have the opportunity to collect an email address, to have someone upgrade, to do a pop-up or a landing page or any of the things that you would do to market your business and start building out your list. This is a great place as well as if you do have a free campus or if you have a free membership level on your school, in your campus. If you have events, put an opt-in here, make it available. I've got one here for an upgrade, and on some of these, you'll see that there's actually embeds in here for downloads for the campus blueprint and so on. But this is super because we're bringing people back to the site, and all we did was a blog post from a YouTube video that was there. So that's a great part. We're all set. Wonderful. What else happens from here? Here's the next part. I've been directing people into the site. What about the people that I already have on my email list? Well, let's take a look at how we can use that. If you have an Active Campaign account or a ConvertKit or any of the email automation tools that are kind of popular right now, one of the things you can do is you can have your email marketing service know that doing the exact same thing as the social media. If there is a new blog post, set up the automation that sends an email out to your list of subscribers that there is brand new content on your site. So in this case, I put a new podcast up, I put a new blog post up. The automation that we're using we use Fluent CRM on this site. Active Campaign is the other service that we use. We actually resell Active Campaign. So if you are interested in getting set up with Active Campaign, that is something that we provide at trainingsites.io, our managed service. But in this one, I have Fluent CRM, which does all the emails, customer relationship management, email marketing, automations, campaigns. Everything's done here right within WordPress. So I have that outbound email happening automatically again with the content that I uploaded from the transcriptions and the videos in YouTube. So this is a complete turnkey system now where you're in a situation that all you have to do is you create content for YouTube that is directing people to your school and to your campus. And think of it this way, when I'm considering what to put on YouTube, think of it as the ingredients. If you want to give people the ingredients of your solution, things that they need to do, but not necessarily show them how to bake it or put it together, add lots of content. Use YouTube for content marketing. Don't give away your whole solution if you're trying to sell your courses, but keep that hub or the main promise that you make, that main course of grouping of courses, make that available as the paid course on your site and make those individual ingredients or spokes to the hub as part of the content that you use on YouTube and that you create on YouTube to bring people back into your campus. So again, if you haven't subscribed to teachonline.io, please do that. Register. It's free. We use a free membership model to get people into this system. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that to get notified as soon as we add new content there. I'm going to, we'll end this now. I just want to kind of do the quick snapshot of what we went through. We created a YouTube video. We used Descript to clean it up. We created graphics for it to be used on social media and podcasts and the blog posts. What we did after that is we created a blog post or a podcast. And from there, it automatically published to all our social media accounts. And we have our CRM and email marketing automation tool automatically send out messages to our list that there is new content there. And even though we published on YouTube, all of the marketing that we're doing for content marketing is enticing people back to our school, to our campus, back where we can capture an email address, back where we're in a position to do business with them. And whether that's selling access to courses or services or downloads that we offer, any of your money spokes, the way that you generate income and revenues for your business, they're on your website. And that includes stuff like affiliate offers. So, it's not just what you're selling, it's ways that you're generating income or building revenues for your business. So I hope you enjoyed this session. I know I get excited and get kind of ranting about this stuff. And I do my best to try and keep it as organized as possible. If you do have any questions, make sure to ask them in the general discussion forum on Teach Online. Put the comments in below. Give us a like on the YouTube channel. Always here to help out. So hope you enjoyed it. Expect the best. Take care. This is James Maduke speaking from Teach Online, and we'll be back again next time with some more great content about starting, building, and growing your education business.